Welcome back to Lady May Permaculture. We're starting out at Carly's cabin, building out a solar control panel in an area to keep all of her battery and inverters safe. You can see we've installed a split unit AC heat pump in order for her to be able to have AC and heat. And all of this is running on a solar panel that is in front of her cabin with lines ran to this. Nate's back here working on insulating and getting everything built together like a little shed. And I, of course, do my part to help, which is usually holding the camera and standing on boards when needed. There is now closed foam insulation in our container home, which is amazing. This alone has helped so much with just keeping that area at a moderate temperature even before we installed our split units, which later on in this video you will see a ton of. By the way, this is not at all a tutorial style or a step-by-step type video. This is purely me documenting this for my own self so that I can look back at all the progress that we've made over time. You can see we have cut out the doors and entryways at this point of the project, and we are just taking a look as we go. We've made a lot of changes, a lot of floor plan type changes, and utilizing the space differently. In previous videos, I had no idea that we would even have a loft space, and upon further inspection, decided that I had to use that space. I couldn't just close it up. Here you'll see where we're designing the bathroom to have a tub and shower area, which later in the video you'll see almost completed. And your general walkthrough of the home before we did any of the major outside components. And a quick scare from Carly. So this is before we painted her cabin, so I wanted to insert a lot of this footage. We did go ahead and finish out the inside. Here you see her split unit. And there you can see her solar panel array outside the front of the cabin. It's not pretty, but it does the job. And I'm sure that will clean up the area and make it look a little bit more pleasurable to the eye once we get further along this journey. People are often concerned how far her cabin is from the main home. So I decided to film the whole walk up, which you'll see multiple times in this video as we're going back and forth along the property showing updates. But it's really quite a quick little walk up the hill to the main house. This is previous to us having our carport, our solar panel array, or anything done for the main home. So the landscape on the outside is going to change quite a bit over the next few minutes as we have to clear out, to put in drainage, and we have to actually decide where our solar system array is going to go, which will be right out that window. You can see we're also going to collect rainwater aside from pumping up from our springs and keeping them here. So all these trees that you see there will be cleared, and here starts the build of the actual carport. So I'm going to set off to the right-hand side of the home. Xavier, always happy to see me.
Love you too.
So this allowed 2 cars to park, and then there will be a closed-in back for the inverters and batteries to go. We also decided to put a window that matches the home into there. And of course, at any time, feel free to fast forward through some of these repeated scenes. I like to keep them in here so I can document the change, like being able to look out the window and actually see the carport now and how different that looked from just a few weeks prior. I also like capturing how the lighting comes through the building at different points of the day. I strategically spent a lot of time on the property looking at lighting situations and designing how high up those windows would be actually. Decided to put some rocks to outline this pathway. I think it really elevated the way that everything looks. And this is still previous to us painting the cabin, which completely changed the look of this space. Hey, buddy.
Hey, Mom. No, Zach.
In previous videos, you'll see this outdoor bathhouse that sits behind Carly's cabin. Since we haven't been on the property in quite some time, it's a bit of a mess. And the plants obviously need a refurbish, so I brought some more. This solar shed is now complete, and you can see how we set it up in order to keep everything safe. Both her cabin and our main home are using SunGold power. We're laying the flooring down now in order to do the same for the big house, which is also going to double as a storage inside the carport area. So I wanted to make sure that was large enough to walk in and have room to move around. And as you can tell, it gets messier before it comes together again. During your project, you have to have grace with the fact that there's going to be clutter, dust, and messes everywhere. And nothing's going to be picture perfect for YouTube and Instagram in the middle of a working area. I can do my best and lay down paper and try to protect the flooring and make it easier for us to clean up. But at the end of the day, this is a work site, and you're seeing all my mess. The flooring now has been laid for our battery room, and you can kind of see the true size of what it will be. And now you can see how it looks painted white. I think Carly's cabin with the white and green roof looks so pretty. We still have the windows taped up, and now you can see that we're also finishing up on our end as well. I mean, Here you're going to see some
What is it?
just random pieces of art that I've collected to put in the house. We'll use these for some of our shelving. Also, a little spider friend hiding in there. So I'm trying to save him, but I don't want him inside. Now we're starting to do the retaining wall and getting rock brought in for drainage, clearing the back where we'll have to have our underground water containment, where we're going to be pumping our spring water up for the home, and a little bit of an aerial view from the roof where Nathan is now putting solar panels on top of the carport to support all of our electrical needs at the house. Here it is messy again. There was green growing everywhere, and now it has to be knocked back down in order to level out things and make everything work for the project. I hate destruction. It's best that I'm not there when this goes on, or I'll try to hug every tree and keep it from being cut. But as you can see, we're using what we had to take down on the property to build out some of the things we need. So it's going to use. Likewise, our springs go to use. Not only does the dog love it, but the kids love it too.
Do you need help, bro?
Here you can see our inverters set up. Wiring ran into the batteries, and there will be 4 of these SunGold power batteries along the wall. And then some extra storage space. Sheetrock has now started going up over our closed cell foam. And split units have went in. So now we can finally see what it's like to heat and cool the space I designed. We have 4 inside units, 1 being in this first bathroom container, 2 in the kitchen, and then 1 that is going to be in our bedroom in the back. My husband did a little finishing and trim work around these French doors that he was so proud of, so I wanted to make sure that I got some footage of it. And of course, since editing this, we have done so much more work that it looks completely different already. So it's kind of nice just kind of reminiscing as I voice over this at how far we've actually came. We're so lucky to have so many good helping hands that have came from our friend group to help on this project. And after nearly 5 years of owning the property, to finally have AC and heat is amazing. And surely it's starting to look like a home. This giant hole here will have our retaining water barrel. I couldn't tell you how large it is. I know that it came in on an 18-wheeler. It's now on the property, and I may have footage of it a little later. If not, it will definitely be included on the next video.
Puppy's enjoying the nice cool air. So nice to be so cool in here. Puppy.
And we decided to use these sconces above the window in the kitchen. Maybe use that raw edge board you've been seeing leaning up against the wall to make a shelf.
I don't understand what mommy's doing up here, huh? Get out of my shower.
Towels have been picked out, and now designing how this is actually going to look is going to change multiple times. Definitely using the teak, definitely using the tiles, but the arrangement, you'll see, changes. What is unique though is the tiles that I picked out basically mimic the container wall. So when I laid them in there, I noticed, oh my gosh, they actually look like how the wall looked before we were going to cover them. So I thought that was a nice tribute to the container. As you can see, I started transporting plants, so you know it's getting close to move time. Currently, we've been given 90 days to finish the project and move from our home. So I've started spending a lot more time at the property. We've stayed the night a few times, and we jumped our butts in high speed of trying to get the last bit of these things finished off so that we can be there permanently. And if you stuck around this far in the video, I know it's probably not the most entertaining, but like I said, this is documenting it for me. For all the little moments and the pieces that my children spent as we've poured literally 5 years into building up the property piece by piece, clearing out, deciding the prospect areas, making it recreational, enjoying it for what it was before living on it, and being super intentional every step of the way with how we decided to do each step. Sustainability, permaculture, all these things matter deeply to me. So being in a rush was never part of the idea. I wanted to curate each step of this project with my heart and with the earth and with what the universe sent my way. And because I took my time, I can say I'm happy with every decision we've made. And now that we're in the last little bit, and 2026 will be the year that we're living full time on this property in this shipping container home, I'm thrilled. So stay tuned, because like it or not, we're down in the last 90 days of the project. So before long, you'll be getting a lot more updates when I have to be there full time.
Section for bedroom. What you think?